Alright, so I'm going to be starting this video at a different Goodwill. It's a little far from my house, it's like 10-20 miles, but I pass by it every once in a great while, so I decided to take a look, and it's really clean. Like, everything's organized real nicely, they color code everything. So in the blue aisle, I come across this, the Konami Dance Pad. Definitely for Dance Dance Revolution, and it was for the GameCube. And it was $4, and I did not buy it. Why? Well, because I would never use it, I don't have the room, blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean, I probably could have sold it for something, but, you know, is what it is. So I'm over here in the black section, and this catches my eye. And this is an extension cord for PlayStation controllers. So that's actually kind of cool. I was kind of considering this, but I think as we're about to see, $7 for something I really don't need. Yep, no thanks. And, well, of course this was going to catch my eye. The Master Series Brewmaster. For $3, this is like an all-in-one beer encyclopedia kind of thing. So, I mean, I've never seen anyone carry this around at all. I would be embarrassed to. But given the nature of the page, I was like, yeah, I mean, at the very least, it's a goof enough. $35, what are they, high? But yeah, as a goof, or just as like a weird hardware review, it's something I'd want to take a look at eventually. I've had it for like a year and I've never opened it still, so one of these days. So as I go over to the multimedia section, and there is a ton over here. Always good to look through the CDs, and here we go, something kind of cool, Star Wars Galactic Battleground Saga. I love the Battleground series. Imagine Age of Empires 2 with a Star Wars coat of paint on it, and I played the hell out of this as a kid. And Torchlight, $2, I've never even heard of that. Goodbye. But yeah, I mean, I would never play Star Wars Sagas, so I just put that back. And man, look at this. Metal Gear Solid, huh? The greatest hits version for $3, huh? Well, let's go, and it's missing disc 1. So it did have the manual, and it does have disc 2. So at the time, like, even for $3 it wasn't worth the hassle, but that was way before a pandemic came and the prices all inflated. So looking back, I probably should have bought it, and I probably could have made some kind of profit on it, but is what it is. And over here, here's a little tip for you. If you ever see a Sonic game for cheap, buy it. Because even if you don't want to play it and look at it, it's dirty as hell, it's kind of in rough condition. The disc is actually in decent shape, but for $3 in a Sonic game, trust me, just get it. So I'm over here at the Christmas aisle and some random stuff, and this is kind of cool, the old 3D puzzles. Sealed too. Now, $10, I mean, it seems like a little bit much, and it's something I would never use, but I definitely have memories as a kid of trying to put them together. They were like surprisingly hard. And as I'm over here in this section, I see a bunch of Wii Motion Pluses and those hand guard rubber cushion thingies for not breaking TV. So at first I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I did a little bit of research while I was there, and yeah, these are just third-party kind of junky, so hard pass. Impact Thrift, how I miss you. This store has actually been a bunch of different chains in the past like 2 or 3 years, but I really miss when it was Impact because look at all the cool crap that it had in here. Like, it had a bunch of games, it had a bunch of random just electronics and tech, just stuff that you could buy and look through. It at least had a selection to it. Different owners, I don't know if it's the clientele not bringing stuff in. Oh, hey, look, a 360 mic that I've never seen before. That's kind of cool. Didn't buy it, though. And of course, you go over to the silent auction section, and yeah, a bunch of Wiis and a PlayStation and an Xbox. Cool as well. And for a while, it was also known as Liberty Thrift. That's what this Catholic-looking cross and a heart thing is. And in this silent auction section, they had a bunch of games here. But from everything I could see, it was nothing like crazy expensive, and it was already up to $60 at that point, so that was an easy pass. Yeah, over here, some more PC games. You see PC games more than anything at these places, but, oh man, Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel. I really kind of wish Brotherhood of Steel's on the PlayStation 1, isn't it? I wish it was that version, because then I would have picked it up. But for the old PC version, yeah, I would never get around to that. So, yeah, that's for someone more willing than me. Over here in the random section, and just look at all this tech. Like, even if you don't find something that you're looking for, every once in a while you might find something kind of cool. Like this thing. This Mattel Electronics computer gin. That just looks like something LGR would love. Then over here is one of those classic PS1 controllers and before the DualShock era. $3. I mean, it's really not worth it at all. But this I was kind of interested in. This weird looking plug and play Simon Mousetrap and Battleship. I mean, it's completely impractical and useless, but I think it was cheap and it just seems like it would have been a cool kind of little thing to just dick around with for a video one day. But I put it back because, let's face it, I would never use it. Looking around some more, and my god, that is a lot of wireless routers. Holy crap, that's a lot of wireless routers. But yeah, alarm clocks and multi-taps for the PlayStation 2, GameStop brand. $5, it's not a terrible price, but I already own an actual PlayStation multi-tap. I've had it for 20 years, and I've never used it because I don't have enough friends. This got my attention, though, the Gravis USB controller. Gravis? 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 I don't know. But for iMac. So if you watch my Double Dragon video, you'll see that I already had a PlayStation knockoff controller, but I do like the cars on this one, so I had no use for it. Was in decent shape, though. Looking around some more, and some good old-fashioned calculators. And then every once in a while at Goodwills, you'll see, besides just all the stationery, old typewriters. And I think typewriters are cool. I have absolutely no use for it or no room, especially for $30, but hey, speaking of things I don't have room for, the good old thrift store fridge. You guys need a new fridge, or slightly used? For $350? Get the hell out of here. Back to the games on another day, and there's random PS1 here, PS2 sports games out the ass, Leapster. Leapster is always, like, at thrift stores, for whatever reason. I guess kids grow out of it, I guess that's the reason, but they're just always there. Like, if you're at a thrift store, you will almost guarantee to see Leapster. And nowadays, you'll probably see Wii's, too. $20 a pop isn't a bad price at all. I don't know if they work, but I have a Wii U and it upscales Wii games, so I have absolutely no use, but hey, decent deal. Over here with the bagged electronics, normally there's a ton of just random cables tied up together, random controllers, or a big ass bag of Wii steering wheels. So yeah, if you need some goddamn wheels, this was your day. Looking over here, and this is a cool kind of looking DualShock knockoff. I guess the coolest thing about it is the numbers are labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cheap enough price. I mean, I took it off the rack, but I eventually put it back. I didn't buy it. But this, a Mad Catz Dreamcast controller for $8, I also didn't buy. But it was nice to see 6 face buttons on a Dreamcast controller, like it should have had in the first place. But I digress. So looking around, more junk, more random electronics, more random remote controls, and this is a cool little, is that a USB or is that, no, I think that's a pin. It actually felt pretty good. Like, the actual stick itself didn't have any switches, but that little pointing cursor knob up top did. I left it there. Again, when am I going to use it? And now I'm at my good old-fashioned Goodwill, and this caught my eye, just because I saw 3DO. So, Legends of Might and Magic. Turns out it's a 2001 MMO-ish kind of game. Something I never play, by the 3DO game company, not the 3DO console. So, yeah, put that back. That was a little bit of a disappointment. But then again, if you don't want to be disappointed, how can you go wrong with Menopause the Musical? I have no words. All I can say is I should have bought this. Over here, we got some, well, not big box PC, little box PC, which is always disappointing. And remember what I said about goddamn Sonic? So this was probably 2018. Sonic Unleashed was $4 here. $4 or $5. You know what it costs now? Over 20 in 2020, if not more. So yeah, that was regret. Like I said, always buy Sonic for cheap if you can find it. You will not lose your investment. This was kind of cool. Outpost 2. Looks like to be an RTS kind of game by Sierra, so you can't really go wrong with Sierra. It looked pretty nice, and it was complete in box. They actually had it taped so I couldn't open it up, but it just felt like it was full. And $5 isn't a bad price either, but again, space and use would never happen, so I put it back. A little bit of regret there, but what are you going to do? Over here, Wii Balance Boards, you'll always... But $13, what the hell? When did those skyrocket? You could get them for like $5, but... what are you going to do? Beanie Babies! All of us 90s kids remember Beanie Babies. This is some kind of Happy Meal version for $2. How the mighty have fallen. Looking back, I probably should have gotten that for my kid, but what are you going to do? Speaking of things I should have got, the Super Wrestling movable figure. I wonder who that's supposed to be. Haha. $2? I mean, I just feel bad for the kid who spent 100 tokens on it. Oh, it's The Rock. Oh, it's not. Anyone of science? And over here, ooh la la. So, I know really next to nothing about Lost. I watched maybe half a season. I couldn't tell you who Shannon is, but yeah, this was an eye-catching figure. Just besides, you know, Hot Chicken Bikini, it's really detailed and looks like this whole line of toys was pretty crazy. So if you come across this and you know a real Lost fanatic, might be worth picking up. I don't know. Again, I don't know Shannon. Speaking of things that you could always pick up for your friends, a bunch of Wii junk, but it's labeled Zelda and it's $7. And as we know, Zelda fans will buy anything with Zelda on it. So I probably could have done something with this, but maybe a giveaway, but nah, just left it. Left it for a real fan. Over here in the book section, and this is something I surprisingly don't see a lot. Strategy guides. The top one's Star Wars Battlefront by Prima, and then you get Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2. The kind of cool ones. The prices are weird, like $7.47. What the hell? I don't collect them anyway, but I'm sure someone would be psyched to see them at a store. I still think they're a little overpriced, but maybe that's just me. Over by the VHS tapes, and... ah man, Double Dragon, the cartoon show. What the Double Dragon 5 game was based on. And I'm sure my buddy Rad Zero would get a kick out of seeing this. I probably should have bought it for him and shipped it to him, but... I guess I'm not that good of a friend. Sorry, Rad. I mean well. Back over to the multimedia section, and some random games. Nothing really eye-popping. Some random DVDs. Some random Game Boy Advance junk. Nothing good, but... hello. What is this? Is that Digimon World? And of course, I had to snag that. So Digimon World's like a $40 game. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the manual with it. But for $4, I just could not pass that up. I would be crazy to. That spot in the top corner over there, that eventually came off. Luckily, that was just dirt. The game works, so that's the most important thing. And here are my pickups. Nothing crazy, but hey, it's better than nothing. It's really tough this day and age because a lot of Goodwills just throw stuff on their online store anymore. So the glory days are over, folks. But once again, thank you for watching this video. If you're new to the page, make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment below with some cool thrifting finds you found lately. And check our links below to our video game reviews, our hardware reviews. And we are the home of the Power Hour podcast, which is also on Stitcher, iTunes, and Spotify. Until next time, guys, cheers.